first half was good.
Yeah, and then I just dropped the ball.
Then you fucking cooked it. Oh. I'm blocking people, aren't I? Their vision. Ugh. So I'll watch it and pause and talk this one, then we'll watch it full at the end. Good exits, much better. Yeah, much better staying on that a little bit later, hey? Even if you want to think about popping over that slight bit more, so see how you're kind of popping off and the shoulders hitting. Sorry, the torso's hitting the wind. Yes, so you're pushing off with the rear one, yeah. Yeah, because you can see how you're pushing off with that outside. Whereas if you push off with the other, and you're not driving, popping out, you're popping over. So you're driving just like Bryce is. And Bryce there, rather than popping out, you can think about driving too. So you want to try and eat the wheel with your teeth. And that way, because now at the moment, because you'll be hitting this here, will have drag and drag, compared to if you were up and over.
I think I kicked his butt.
Horizontal.
Yeah.
We felt tangled on the way out. I think I kicked his butt. Felt the foot.
How's it feeling exiting with those, with that switched legs a bit, but as well?
It's different.
Yeah.
I'm just, trying to sort it out.
Yeah, good exit from you guys as well. You got back pretty quick, you said too. Sweet. I did take off on you, belly guys, because I was talking to Alana. I think you were up. I'm like, go back. You're like, and you're looking kind of, is this it? I'm like, nope. And then just flew forward. Like,
So far back. Is this it? No.
This is it. So nice work, Vinny, as well there. Widening. I saw you kind of searching for that feeling, the position. Where is it? There you go. You kind of like, where is it? And then once you widen heaps, it's like, yes, there we go. And then I've got nut, and then this part here is where I think we'll communicate, and Alana there, I'm like, yeah, back, and you're like, is that it? And then I've accelerated on nut here. That's the vision you want. So now you can see this, anywhere on this line is a good area to approach from. So from where Crusher is, all the way through to down to where Alana is. You can come up from around this area too. It is quick, you can make it quick, but it can be a bit of a prick. So here's where you want to start closing those arms there, Vinny. And then you'll start really motoring in. You can see how the position's still quite a wide position. Yeah. And that way, if you're in this area here, your torso's on a good level. Yeah. And so you're floating a little. So then if you took those arms and brought them closer, that way you'll accelerate towards us, yeah.
Okay. I felt like they were like pinned by my hips.
Yeah, it's crazy, hey, sometimes.
I was like, I'm going so fast.
Yeah. So it's a good thing you mentioned that as well, but because I found when I was on my belly, I used to think like, yeah, I'm fucking going fast, my arms are straight, my legs are straight, and I watched the video, I'm fucking wide as fuck. I'm like, I've done it again. The reference that I found that was able to help me know if my arms are straight, if I'm like, yep, my arms are straight, I'm good, then I would, just as a double check, I'd try to feel if it's my arms, I'd try to feel the distance or the timing that it took for my arms to go from here to here. Because we know on the ground how long that takes. So if we're straight and then we do it, we'll know, oh fuck, they're actually really wide. And it's just that touch, and then you can chill back out. If you touch and hold, then it's gonna start getting rockety. It's the same with the legs. If I'm straight, my legs, I'll straighten, but then I'll tap them to go, okay, I'm this wide. I thought I was here, but I was here. Because the act of doing that and the timing of how long it takes builds that reference in the body and that mental reference. So nice work on the back flies, fucking killing it, Crusher, really good. Great approach, great level. Really good. Cool. See these belly guys. Yeah, nice work coming in. Where's the others? I saw Andre come over here. So you're starting to play with those arms and the legs. I think I'm looking at you going, yep, feel the legs. Cool, so this, I think on the second one you've straightened them and then you brought them together. That's where you want to really feel that flow of air, wind coming all the way over the body. So nice work flying close there, Mitch. Now just more forward. And much better with the legs, Andre. Yeah, much better, much more quieter. Still coming up and down a little bit. Yeah, and everyone's just still getting comfy, just sitting back there. So ideally, if I flip this, it's going to look real weird. These are good head levels here. You can see where that horizon is, yeah? So she's forward. So if you're back here, that tells me that you're not forward enough. That's the same if I come here as well. You can see just slightly behind, and you can see that horizon level. So I'm getting used to really over-exaggerate it. It's just, the more you over-exaggerate it, the easier it is, surprisingly. Do you find you control with your legs, Andre, or your arms more?
Actually, I just try to lock my toes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I feel a little bit better,
Mm-hmm.
and try to control a bit more with my legs now.
Cool, because you're used to doing it with the arms more?
Yeah.
Sweet, good.
In a kind of this, now I try to relax more my arms.
Yep.
Yeah, I would fly like this, now I try to relax more.
Yep.
And use a bit more of my legs and shoulders.
Cool.
That's what I think.
No, that's good because I remember you were doing the arms heaps, so now we're getting you to do the legs. Because I can see you're working on the legs, and if that's the case, let's just keep working on them, and then once these are really, really comfortable, then we go back to the arms. I think Bryce is just used to flying with the arms, it looks like, more than the legs. So you'll find that's what's going to make you still sitting that slight bit behind.
Definitely tried it.
Yeah, I can see you fucking around with your feet a little bit more there as well, Lana. Good work. It's going to feel wobbly, and it does, hey? Yeah. Yeah, so it's just subtle movements and just trying to just get used to that feeling.
Is it also an option to like flex them forward and then just a little bit out?
Yep. You can flex them forward and hold them, and then once you get used to flying them in that position, then keep them in that position and take the tension away.
Okay.
It's like me going like this, and you can see the tension. Hold that and having it relaxed. So it's the same with the foot. You don't want to fly like that, but they want to be up compared to this or this. So you experience one side of the extreme, experience the other side of the extreme, and then find the middle zone. That's all I'm trying to do with when I coach and I fly myself. I try to feel the extremes of each side, and then I find where that middle area is. Almost. You're at least on a level.
Yeah.
And that's where you can fly back if you need to as well, and accelerate from back here. And then now you're in front. And now the main thing that you want to think about with transitioning is that head level line, which you're along here, rather than coming this way. So because you're flying along this way, you're flying along those head levels, rather than flying along this way.
That was better though, right?
Yeah. So ideally you want to still be up here when you transition, but much better of a transition. Yeah. So fly to where you are now, then do the exact transition you've done.
Okay.
It feels really weird flying above the belly fly on your back.
And in front.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, so you can still see there's that slight rather than coming up and over. You can even catch, pop up a little bit on the belly, so rather than trying to pop down, see the arms, how you kind of roll there. Thinking about before it happens, bring those arms so both of them kind of come in line with the torso, and you'll feel that kind of pop up like this. Once you feel that pop up, then roll. Got nice catching, and coming back in slot, good head levels. Have you done many docks before, Crusher? Done a couple, eh?
Good on this current.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. The reason it happens is the arm's good here. If you could reach with the arm, and that's fine, but what I want you to look at is the profile of that shoulder and that shoulder. That shoulder stays fine. This one, when you reach, instead of reaching like this, it goes like that. So, and ready? We'll go boom, and then there. See how it arches? And that slight rolls, and because that banks, this shoulder profile was fine, but you've had to recover with that one. So even if you come up and you reach, it's just reaching like that and having that open, rather than reaching and having it go like that. And then you'd have to catch with this. So say that again. Yeah, like a robot. Even if you feel like that chest pushes you up into it. But you've gone to recover with that arm, fine, that's normal. Yeah, probably even if you were going to do that style where the arm comes back, just pushing with that arm that a bit earlier. Because you're pushing, the technique's good, and then as you're going to reach, push that slight bit earlier, and this one with the shoulder forward would have worked too. Didn't lose any distance, it was good. Break off was fine for everyone? Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Thought I was going to fucking hit some cunt. Come out with line twists. Oh, it was only one. It's alright. Oh, horrible, eh? Sweet. We will go to. I'll watch it full. Does anyone have any questions? We can watch this and I'll go back and cover any questions if anyone has any.
I'm still overarching on the exit.
Yeah, there, yeah. So, kind of, you're trying, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you're trying to arch to go steeper rather than letting the body sink back to go steeper. I think I'll go back and have a quick look.
And for me, once I get out, like you're saying, is being more horizontal, but like then just stretch everything out as well.
Yeah, your recovery for after you exit is spot on. So that's the dive and the approach isn't the problem.
Yeah.
And the exit's not a massive issue. It's just that you're kind of popping out and trying to catch the wind rather than driving through the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want.
That's where it throws me, like, and I'm having to recover from that.
Yeah, because you're kind of getting out and assuming a position rather than driving through it. It's like if you're flowing down a river and then you stuck a paddle in, it's stopping you. You kind of want to keep it all that in, and flowing. So I'll go back and look at that thing for crusher again. So you're going to feel the burble sometimes with this, that's fine. And then see how your hips are back and now they're straight. Now's when you want to let that top torso kind of lean back. I'll get up and I'll show you a pressure technique that I do for it in a sec. And then because you're here, it's essentially, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems in your head, you're like, shit, I need to go steeper. And then that's when the push on the back of the legs has come rather than the lean. So stand up. So don't break your hips and push it. I'm going to do this. Hold my shoulders, don't let me fall down. So I'll see if I can go like this, or I can keep the hips and see how I'm putting that pressure. I'm going backwards, but I'm applying that tension that way. So, and try to do that without arching. Push. Feel this.
This has got a lot of faith.
Yeah. So you can feel where you're putting and you're pushing with that without trying to leverage on that there. Yeah. It's not sinking. So if I say sink, people sink. Whereas if you have that sensation to relate to, like you're going to fall in the bed, but you fall. You just try to add to that fall by adding that pressure a bit. And when you do that, the first thing that's going to probably happen is you'll get on that pitch, and then you're going to shoot off because everything's on that plane. So when you do it, you'll probably have to then widen the body, so the arms and that are a little bit wider. And you guys can see how Crusher did do that. You can use the technique he did as well to get back to the position he was in. Because the reason he's like this, if I go horizontal here and I draw using the horizon, say this is the leader, that's me. Essentially he's down here and he's changed his pitch to this. So because he's in this pitch, he's catching drag all along this area, whereas the wind's kind of going on both sides. So because the drag's there, it's taking him this way. And once he goes this way, he's able to get on level here or here, and then approach from this direction along that wind line. So if you see, if the leader's like this here in a straight line, if you're in the same line, same position, the way you can come up here, if you change into this position, it's probably going to push you like this. Yeah. Whereas if you change to this position, it's probably going to push you like this. See the similarities and the differences in shapes and stuff like that? But then if you go from this position and you now want to return to this position, like that, and my body's wide and you are narrow, because if you're narrow, you're going to come up quicker. But if you're wide, if you change the pitch again and you're still narrow without widening your body and widening your arms, you're going to shoot off. So you kind of got to come up and then match that level and try to match the position as best as you can. No matter what, you're going to fly wider than me. No matter what, you're going to fly narrower than me. That's just how it is. Yeah. Same, you'll probably fly similar or a bit narrow with this baggy suit. You're going to be flying probably closer together. I think I'm going to be wider. You'll be same as what I am probably. So it does matter of different shapes and sizes will make a difference. Only if you're on that same plane. Yeah. If you're on a different level, or if you're like, you can fly in this shape and I can be in this shape, it's just your arms and legs might need to be in a different position than mine. So don't think about it right or wrong. It's just try to do these and you go, okay, I can see. You can even see like the differences with these two here, yeah, with the shapes of their body. If I'm on this angle and he's on this angle and this angle, you can already see these two are probably going to struggle to catch over a little bit. So what they're needing to do is get their torso a little bit more up, and that way they can shoot forwards a lot easier. If they get their torso on that wind line and they just close their arms, they're going to shoot forwards. But if they need to go up and over, they probably need to do this. So if I've drawn this horizontally and they're back here, this is going to slow them back. Now they're up here, now they can change that pitch and they can dive down and around there. Make sense? Yeah. That's why you can just come straight in. Yeah, so just don't break. That was great. That was really, really good there. That's that position you're having when you're diving. Just try and hold that. Don't get out of that. So when you come into the position now, next to me, instead of changing the arms to break, you'll see the legs to break. You've kind of gone break. Change it now to arms. So leave the legs. Yeah, so leave. That's all right if you're too hot. So leave the legs instead of doing that. Now you can see the arms don't really move. The urge is still going to be do that when you feel like, oh fuck, and then you widen. Yeah. And it's just going to change that habit. The first stage to changing a habit is to notice what habit you're actually doing. If you don't know where you're at, you're not going to be able to know where you got to go. Oh shit, sorry guys. Just watching Alana's feet. Yeah, nice. Cool. Yeah. Sweet guys, cool. Any questions with any of that stuff?